morning and welcome to Radio Friends on this Friday, June the 21st. I think today is the first day of summer, or maybe it's tomorrow, the second day. They moved those days, the start of summer around. I don't know who decided that, but anyway, good to have you with us today. We got Andrea Shelton. We're going to talk about recycling, and then Maplewood Barn. Let's start first of all with Andrea Shelton. You're here to recruit today, aren't you?
Recruit for volunteers. We have all these incredible opportunities coming up this summer, and I just like to get more people involved in it.
So what are these incredible opportunities?
Incredible opportunities. We have lots of festival-style events. I mean, we just finished with, of course, Earth Day in April. But we have Lunch in the Park coming up. We have our compost workshops, our household hazardous waste collection. And it's just really a great way for people in Columbia to get involved in volunteering. We live in a great city. We're so blessed to live here, so we should give something back.
Yeah. So if people want to volunteer, they can call you, and then can they pick what project they want to volunteer for?
Absolutely. They can give me a call at 874-6271.
874-6271. A whole bank of operators are standing by right now.
By to take your calls right now.
Yeah. And they will feed you through to Andrea's voicemail, and then
I can talk to you personally.
Yes, she'll call you back. Huh?
Never voicemail.
You get the voicemail when you're not there or you're on another line.
Oh, yeah.
But you always call back.
Always.
And then you can discuss what opportunities that you have to volunteer.
Sometimes people are interested in something that they do professionally, and they want to stick with that. And a lot of times, it's something you do professionally, so you don't want to do it. You want to do something completely, totally different. But it's a way to, of course, if you're environmentally conscious, because, we do a lot of environmental volunteerism is mostly what we do. But like, say, for instance, at a festival-style event, you might just do like tabling. You're at the event, giving out information, something really basic. But if you were working at the compost workshop, you're doing a compost demonstration. You're acting as a classroom assistant. You're helping to teach the class if you have experience in that area, and we do some compost demonstration.
And if you're at household hazardous waste, you're not actually handling this hazardous waste.
No, you're not actually handling.
You're being a smiling
waste.
face, and you're saying, okay, what do you have here today?
Yeah, what do you have?
And then someone else takes it off out of your vehicle.
Use a lot of traffic direction. We send them through the line, basically, is what the volunteers are doing. Now, if you want to get a little bit more involved, you can go back and you sort paint. So you can decide what colors we're going to make for the day and do paint sorting.
That's right, because you bring in paint to household hazardous waste, and then they take this paint and they mix it all up. So you find unique colors that you will never be able to find again.
Absolutely. Well, then we have our mascot, Mr. Baggett. You can be Mr. Baggett at one of our festival events, or at a classroom, or at summer school this summer when I'm doing a presentation. There's just a lot of different ways people can volunteer.
So give them the phone number again to call.
874-6271.
874-6271, and pick the volunteer activity that fits your personality.
Lots more that I even haven't mentioned, so yes.
Yeah, and Andrea Shelton will be working with you personally.
Absolutely.
A wonderful, nice lady. Ask her for one of her 8x10 glossies. Maybe she'll even sign it. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you for having me.
All right, good having you here. Now stay where you are, because now we're going to meet a couple of kitchen witches. Good to have. They're not really witches. Those are the characters that you're playing. I want to introduce you to Margaret Post and Teresa Secrease. Good to have you here from Maplewood Barn. Now, Kitchen Witches is a production that opens next Thursday, right? What is Kitchen Witches all about?
It's a love-hate relationship between Isabel Lomax and Dolly Biddle.
Are you Dolly?
I'm Dolly Biddle.
Okay, so Teresa Secrease is Dolly.
Correct.
And you're?
Margaret. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm Isabel Lomax.
You're Elizabeth. Okay. So is this a television show that you're doing in this production?
Yes, it's a cooking show.
A local television show.
Yep. Cable Access 4, your local community channel. And it's about two love-hate friends that have been friends forever, but they've hated each other for almost 40 years. And they used to both have their own cooking show, but then the producer decides to hook them up together.
Okay. So you each had your own show. Now each of your shows was ended.
Canceled.
And you're doing one show together, and it just doesn't work out all that well, does it?
Well, it's sort of, think of a fusion between Jerry Springer and Martha Stewart.
Okay, that's what it's like.
Yeah.
How many people are in this production?
4.
4 people. So it's a as far as a cast, it's a small cast.
small cast.
But I would imagine there's a lot of high energy in it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
So
Definitely.
when there are only 4 people in a production, that means you've got a lot of lines.
Yes, we do.
Is it difficult? How are you learning these lines? And is there any improvising in it?
Yes and yes.
It's
There's-
difficult learning the lines, and yes, there is
there's some-
improvising.
Yes, there is. Sir.
Okay, so you open next. You open next week. You have all your lines down.
Hopefully.
What would you
Yes.
say the highlight is of this production?
I would say getting the audience involved.
How do you get the audience involved?
There's a section where we invite an audience patron up on stage. And Paul, perhaps you could be one of our audience patrons one night.
So what does the audience patron do?
Well, we bring them up on stage and they get to sample our wares.
Oh, they sample what you cook.
Yes.
Now,
Well, we have it's our version of Iron Chef.
Yes.
Only it's like a 2-minute version.
Yeah.
So the person who comes up from the audience is the judge.
So are you actually cooking, or is this all stage food?
It's called
It's the magic of
a
television
magic
food.
of TV
You
or
know,
theater.
Part
in
of it's
this case.
done. It's partially done, but then it's stuff that, of course, we don't actually have time to cook it, but
Right.
it's sort of pre-done, but we sort of do a lot on stage
Okay.
too.
Okay. So it sounds like it's a pretty funny production.
It is.
4 people in it. If you want to see it, it starts next Thursday. What is that? June
27th.
June 27th. So you run Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes.
Then the week of 4th of July, instead of a Thursday show, since 4th of July is on Thursday, you're doing a Wednesday
Right.
show. And then you pick up again. You take Thursday off, 4th of July. You pick
Right.
up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. How much are tickets?
$7.
$7, and you bring a lawn chair and a blanket and sit down and enjoy yourself.
Right.
Maplewood,
You can bring a picnic.
yeah,
if you
whatever
want
you
to,
want.
sure.
Maplewood Barn is called Kitchen Witches. Ladies, thank you so much
Thank
for coming
you,
by,
Paul.
and you're not witches at all. You're just nice ladies. All right. Let's see. Monday we've got Cultural Affairs and the Salvation Army on our program. Our program directed by Travis McMillan of the Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers from KBIA. Our floor director is Rich Polzine, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. And if there's something you'd like to hear and see, I'd love to hear from you. pepperp@missouri.edu. And you can watch or listen to this. Go to kbia.org. Bye-bye.